At 190, something of a surprise, and a pleasant surprise indeed in a season for Lehigh thus far that hasn't had many happy moments, even though we've wrestled only one dual meet. Matt Ruppel, freshman from Deer Lodge, Montana, will meet Bill Freeman of Ellisburg, Pennsylvania. Here it's really experience against the youngster.
Absolutely. Ruppel was ranked, I believe he was seeded 4th in this tournament, but managed to get into the finals by wrestling 2 tough matches. Freeman, on the other hand, seeded number 1. He's ranked nationally about 14th. He's a tough competitor, so you're right, Shell. Freshman against a senior, and you know how I feel about those situations.
Watch the 5-part series on the history of racial segregation in South Africa, a Frontline special, Monday and Tuesday from 9 to 11 and Wednesday at 10.
We welcome you back to the Sheridan Tournament. Shel Siegel and Larry Sheridan bringing you the action now at 190. And it's the veteran against the freshman. Bill Freeman, a senior from Ellisburg, Pennsylvania for Lock Haven. And he'll meet Matt Ruppel of Lehigh, freshman from Deer Lodge, Montana. Ruppel was ranked 3rd, seeded in the tournament.
Good luck.
And Bill Freeman was 1st. And this one, as Larry mentioned, looks like its experience is going to tell, and it will be a colossal upset if Ruppel were to ever win this one.
Okay,
Colossal with a capital K.
Yes.
Okay, fellas, on the line.
But Thad Turner's got to be very pleased that his freshman 190 wrestler has gotten to the championship finals here.
Freeman's come down to 190. He was weighing in at about 220. And last year he was injured. He broke a collarbone, and I guess he elected to come down to this weight class. And he wrestled for Southern Columbia High School and was a PIAA state champion.
Neutral. Got it. Blacksmith, get the headgear.
Freeman is rated 14th in the country, preseason amateur wrestling news poll.
Still
So
up.
good experience for Lehigh freshman. The only freshman in the battle tonight, Shell, I might add. One of 2 representing Lehigh. And of course, Bill Freeman is one of 6 finalists for Lock Haven, and I feel that that victory in the last bout there locked up the team title for Lock Haven.
Larry Walker, mat 1.
And I would say Bloomsburg would be runner-up, and North Carolina 3rd, and Lehigh 4th. But since they only come for 1 place, and that's 1st place, Lock Haven will win the 19
Circle in. Circle in.
87 Sheridan
Okay.
title.
Yeah,
And that will be the
125.
first time that Lock Haven has ever won this title.
Line.
There's the assistant coach at Lock Haven.
Last year, Lock Haven ran in the number 4 position.
Tom,
As Ruppel trying to come in that left leg, it remains to be seen whether he can convert it to the takedown or not. He's got a tough customer, and he can't hold on. Goes in again, but it's countered. One thing about Ruppel, Larry, he's just not afraid of this man. He's definitely the aggressor in this match. And whoop, and there they go, right into the cameras.
Good stop, fellas.
Smile.
Nice stop by
Go, guys.
Mike Bensinger making the stop.
He's going to the orthodontist tomorrow. See, kind of Ruppel jumps up high on try to get a hold of Freeman.
Well, that's his style. He likes that freestyle wrestling, so he's got a lot of upper body
Warning
strength.
red.
Stalling on the red wrestler, that'll be on Freeman. And so Ruppel is giving Freeman a good battle here. 35 seconds to go. No score on the board yet here in the 190-pound championship. Bill Freeman, senior from Lock Haven, wrestling Matt Ruppel, freshman from Lehigh.
Just thinking about Tom Justice. He used to teach, started wrestling down at Cheltenham. And I saw Dick D. Batista here, was another Cheltenham former national champion. Dick D. Batista was helping the scoring. Saw him earlier today.
Now they both go off, neutral, and that is at the whistle. No more time to wrestle. The period ends.
Guys, that's the end of the period up in the center.
No score.
Buzzer blew, end of the period. End of the first period.
Something of a surprise, Larry, to see Ruppel stand off here against Freeman.
Red chooses
Yeah,
neutral,
because I
period
made
2.
the comment that here we have an experienced senior, Bill Freeman,
Okay,
from
guys,
Ellisburg,
0-0.
PA, wrestling a freshman.
Here we go.
Although the freshman comes with excellent credentials, odds always favor the experienced senior.
Last year at this weight class, Bruce Wallace of Bloomsburg was the winner. He was the champion.
Restart. Nothing there.
Won by major decision over Ivan Boyson, Lehigh. Score of 12-0.
Bill Freeman, Islesburg, Pennsylvania. Experienced senior.
We got
Injury clock
punch
on
in the
red.
eye.
Freeman go to the corner.
Injury time on for Bill Freeman.
CWBPZ is here. Mr. Harris,
Top of the head, right in your
and
face.
Mr. Lopez covering it for WBPZ AM on 1230. Bringing you Bald Eagle Wrestling for
Okay, stop
40
the
years.
clock.
That's a
What do
long
you-
time.
16. Thank you.
Lock Haven has been a great, remember my dear high
There we
school
go.
buddy and wrestling chum Kenny Cox used to coach up there. Dr. Cox and I go back a few years together.
Now Ruppel goes in on that leg, and Freeman looked like he was going to try a spin around there and just kind of stopped for a moment. And again, Ruppel couldn't convert it. The only thing close to a takedown, Ruppel did have a leg for a moment, and that was about all.
He works off that Russian tie.
Well, he obviously likes to wrestle on his feet. That's where his strength primarily lays right now, with a minute to go in the second period.
Neutral.
And Matt
Who's
Ruppel
bleeding?
is really giving Bill Freeman all he can handle out there in the mat. 190 pounds championship final, the Sheridan Wrestling Tournament.
Okay,
The
on the
9th
line.
annual here at the Stabler Arena.
So I think Matt Ruppel is probably the first grappler to come to Lehigh from Montana, out of Deer Lodge, wrestled at Powell County High School. Is an engineering major at the university.
Still neutral. 40 seconds.
And was on the Amateur Wrestling News first team high school All-American.
Thad Turner, Tom Hutchison looking on. I tell you, Ruppel keeps going for that right leg, Larry, but then gets spread out.
Well,
Freeman spreads it out, and
Freeman may get called for stalling
he's
if you
been
constantly
once.
block. If you constantly block, there it's coming. 1 point green. Yeah, I can see that coming.
now Ruppel's
10
got the
seconds.
leg. He's going for the 2 points. Still pursuing.
Lost it.
10 seconds
1
to go,
point
but
warning.
1 point.
Penalty red. Stalling.
And Larry, I tell you, Matt Ruppel is doing a splendid job there. He's hanging,
In the middle.
pursuing,
in
and the period ends, and these fans who haven't had much to cheer about, if you're a Lehigh University fan, certainly got to be pleased
let's
with the
go.
job Matt
Green
Ruppel's
choice.
doing here, leading
Top, bottom,
1-0
neutral.
over Freeman.
Taken down.
Well, that's
Green going down. Injury clock on red.
Injury time on Bill Freeman,
Go
and
to
Thad
side.
Turner wants to talk to his wrestler. Now, you notice the official is over there with,
well, you can't
with
coach
the,
it.
the wrestler,
Red, you're gonna be
because
on
you can't
top.
have any
Start
coaching
of
going
third
on
period.
during this time. So he'll just stand right there until the injury time concludes.
In other words, he can't say to the wrestler can't say to his coach, "Hey, coach, you know, what should I be doing with this guy? The guy's worked that Russian
Let me
tie
know
me.
how much time.
He's
Every 15
pursuing me.
seconds.
He's pushing me."
Use 45.
I guess, Larry, the kind of bout that Ruppel wrestling is what you got to do when you're a freshman against a very experienced senior. You just got to keep pursuing and doing all kinds of unorthodox things.
Well, that certainly earned him a point, because, as I predicted, I could see that Freeman was not doing anything but blocking. And
green down.
Ruppel pushed, and the referee recognized.
Red on top.
Ruppel in the advantage position, 2 minutes to go. Ruppel's going to let him up. It's kind of
the other
odd.
way around. Freeman let
him up. Freeman let him up. I'm surprised that he did that, because he gave up a point in a very close match.
Guess he feels more comfortable in that.
I don't know. I think Ruppel is a good wrestler in the stand-up position. I don't think he was very upset with that having happened. Leading 2-0. Now Ruppel's got to be careful that he continues to be the aggressor. He doesn't want to get penalized and give back any of those points. Fans start to clap, trying to urge the Lehigh freshman on with 1:20 to go in what would be a very major upset here in this tournament if he can continue to hold this lead. And I tell you, it looks like he's a little winded, Larry, or Freeman, on top of it all.
Well, sitting back there, way up at the top, is one of Matt Ruppel's real gentleman who just thinks he's the greatest. Chuck Bednarik. He was ecstatic this afternoon when Ruppel won. He just feels he's a young kid. He's aggressive. He's a freshman, and he just likes to watch him do the work.
And he's countering, and off the mat he goes. And 1 minute to go in the period, and the fans starting to get a little psyched at this job that the Lehigh freshman's doing, but a lot can happen in the final minute against an experienced wrestler. So we're going to watch this last 60 go on by. Ruppel leading 2-0, riding time no factor at all. They tie up again, and Ruppel not particularly unhappy with tying up, wrestles well standing up.
Stay in the middle.
Well, I hope we don't have to. Remember, I read to you that position statement, Shell, about, in the opinion of the committee, increased excitement among coaches, referees, and spectators during the closing seconds. In many matches, stalling penalties are often called unjustly and unfairly. And
half a minute.
So they're working to eliminate
25 seconds. Let's go. Both of you wrestle.
Block Haven receives a forfeit.
20 seconds to go, and if Ruppel can avoid getting taken down, he will be the champion here. Gets into a stalemate. He kind of like to hang on to that for the last 9 seconds. They're near the edge.
Period.
And Matt Ruppel about to spring what will be a big upset, Larry.
Certainly will. He can afford it, dropping one knee now, and then can counter any attempt.
And that'll do it. That'll do it. A 2-0 victory for Matt Ruppel, and gets a standing ovation from the fans here, the partisan Lehigh fans, as freshman Matt Ruppel has upset senior Lock Haven wrestler Bill Freeman. And Freeman, a good sport.
Come on over here, let me get the thing.
Shows a lot of that sportsmanship with the victory. And Larry, that's got to make Lehigh fans feel pretty good. Standing up, Peter Likens across the way, Lehigh's president, was among those that was standing up and was really very happy with that victory by that young freshman wrestler, and he really feels good about it.
Well, that makes Chuck Bednarik happy. In fact, he came down to 30 flights of steps, and he's now walking around the back, and I'm sure he's going to meet Ruppel somewhere. And
in a major upset at 190, freshman Matt Ruppel of Lehigh University defeated the #1 seed, Bill Freeman of Lock Haven, 2-0.